Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to another amazing episode of OathCast. I, of course, as always, am your host, Oath Alliance, and today I'm talking more about Gamergate. Today I actually spent quite a bit of time following the Gamergate tag and engaging with people, seeing how I'm relatively new on actually the interacting scene. I've spent about a week and a half actually listening to all the things going on and stuff. But I finally actually started engaging as of yesterday when I posted my video pretty much stating that I was coming out in favor of Gamergate. So today I spent a lot of time just research what was going on and taking a look at the things going on within the hashtag itself, and I'm actually not sure what's going on. Things seem a little confused. So, as far as I know, and I'm not sure if this is what everyone thinks, but as far as I know, Gamergate is supposed to be a push by us as gamers against unethical journalists. So pretty much, we as gamers are saying we want ethical journalists who practice pretty much good journalism, being honest and transparent and letting us know what's going on and actually fighting for us as consumers. So now the big question that I'm wondering is, why is it that the hashtag for Gamergate is full of a lot of people talking about feminism, social justice, and things like that? I particularly, earlier today, was pursued by someone who pretty much said that we were a hate group. Let me actually pull it up here. I'll say, let's see. So pretty much, he started off saying, Gamergate is not about trying to get transparent journalism. And when I pushed back against him, he pretty much said, I'm not going to argue with you. The standard, or I have no argument, and therefore I must try and sling insults. But what I ended up saying is, why argue with someone that supports a hate group? And then he said, pretty much said, I'm not feeling the hate. But he said, you may not be. In fact, you seem reasonable. Go find an unpoisoned place to discuss these things. Abandon the hashtag of hate. So, here's my thought. If Gamergate's all about a push against unethical journalism, as I just said, then why is it these people are, fighting back using that? And why are we engaging them in this respect, honestly? Because we're coming out and saying we're against bad journalism, and that's something they obviously can't support. They can't say, no, we like unethical journalism. That makes them look like absolute morons. There's no way that if they say we support unethical journalism, that they're going to win any arguments. So apparently they're going for the, well, you just don't like women or transgenders or whatever. You just don't like certain groups of people that we're going to specify whenever it conveniently suits us. So here's the question: why is it that we're engaging? And what's worse is some people are, without engaging in these people who are attacking us for this reason, are actually posting things regarding social justice, posting things regarding anti-social justice and all of these other things regarding anti-feminism and things like that in this Gamergate hashtag. So I think we're creating sort of an area, a breeding ground for people to say, well, you hate women and things like that. Because what it comes down to is that if we're creating an environment where the only thing we talk about, and the only place, and anytime anyone comments and tries to bring up social justice or anything like that, we say, no, this is about honest journalism. If that's all we allowed to do, if that's the only retorts we ever gave, this is about honest journalism, then they would have very limited ability to move. So sure, they could go onto some other hashtag or try to do anything else, but the hashtag itself, Gamergate, would be very hard for them to attack because they wouldn't be able to say, well, look, these people are talking about how much they dislike feminists. And then we'd be like, no, this hashtag is full of people talking about stopping unethical practices. And I think some people are getting confused for the fact that they're coming on there and they're seeing these people talking about not only unethical journalism, but also, we're getting all these anti-social justice stuff. And they're going, well, wait, what is this? Because we haven't really identified, and I guess the thing I'm asking, because I'm not going to tell anyone else what they have to follow. The question I have is, are we going to use Gamergate? Is the hashtag itself, is the name Gamergate only about things like, well, Gamergate? Is that the only thing we're talking about there? Are we talking about only about the unethical practices in gaming journalism and what we want to have to fix them, and also encouraging people to look at other gaming news sites and things like that? Are those the only thing we're going to talk about in that hashtag, or are we also going to talk about Anita Sarkeesian, Zoe Quinn, social justice warriors? Are we going to talk about both, or are we only going to talk about one? I think that's something that we as a community in this need to figure out. Because as long as we're just sort of throwing words around in these two areas between we want to get rid of social justice warriors and things like that, and we also want, to have good, honest journalism. As long as we're putting those two together, our message seems kind of weird, because, you know what, I think almost everyone, except, the people who don't, pretty much everyone can agree that honest journalism is an important thing and we need it. And that's honestly something, a position that is very strong and something we can have in our favor. But as soon as we start adding in we're against social justice and stuff like that into the hashtag, well, now it's getting a little bit mixed up. Being against social justice and feminism and stuff may be a true and honest position, and it's one that I honestly take up. I have the mantle of, I am against social justice, the way it's put forward by these people who want to keep down certain groups while bringing others up. But I guess the ultimate question is, if we're going to shove the two together, then we're going to be where we are at this moment, which is we've got people attacking us because not our position on honest journalism, but simply saying, well, your hashtag's being used for, rhetoric against women, and, well, you need to change that. And honestly, the question really, I beg the question. The question is begged, whatever you want to say. However you want to say it, the question has to be asked, are we going to keep both of these two issues, about social justice and honest journalism, in the same hashtag, or are we going to break them apart? Because breaking them apart I'd say it wouldn't diminish them, but it would allow for more accurate discussions. Because right now, Gamergate seems really ambiguous. And the problem is the ambiguity of the entirety allows people to attack people like me. I was able to be attacked, even though I was saying nothing about social justice. I was able to be attacked by this person by the name of Social Justice Panda. He was able to attack me on something that I wasn't even saying, just because I was approximately, around it. So if we don't if we move this other rhetoric to a different thing, what we can essentially do, at least, is take away the ammunition from our opponents for Gamergate. Sure, they might be able to attach you to, the other one if we do, like, anti-SJW is the tag. They might be able to attack you that way, but it would keep them from attacking the movement, which is really the important thing. The problem is that our movement's getting really mixed up, because I honestly believe that we need to stop social justice warriors, and I can spend an hour talking about why on that, but at least for this, we need to go ahead and probably be concise about what we want. Because not everyone at this moment is arguing for this. I certainly haven't been recently arguing about social justice warriors or anything like that, no matter what I believe, because I think honest journalism is where this needs to start. Because if we have honest journalism that respects gamers, we're probably not going to have lots of sensationalized pieces about things like Anita Sarkeesian or Zoe Quinn, or how misogynist gamers are, or how evil we are, things like that. So if we get rid of the journalistic problem, then people like Anita Sarkeesian and these social justice warriors, they're going to start fading away. I mean, we'll still have to fight them here and there, but they will be very weakened because they won't have the backing of the journalistic, power. They will not have that ammunition to use against us as gamers. So what I'm proposing to the community is I think everyone needs to take a moment, sit down and just stop and think and say, where do we want this hashtag to go? What do we want it to actually mean? Because I think it started out as a thing with, we want honest game journalism, and then they attacked, all of these people in here and just said, oh, you're just misogynistic, and then it became this giant mishmash of stuff, and we need to stop it, probably. That's my views on it, but honestly, I think the community needs to figure out what we want as a community and where we're going, because we can build another hashtag for it. It's not like it's going to take us billions of hours and thousands of dollars to do. It's something we can do relatively quickly and easily. We just need to spread it around. Let everyone know we're moving that part to a different hashtag, and then they will lose a lot of the ammunition, because as long as if you're posting things that have to do with journalism in Gamergate, they're not going to be like, well, I saw this one post in the Gamergate area that had, anti-feminist things, though obviously this person's a misogynistic woman hater who wants, to kill Anita Sarkeesian because she's got long hair and they can't stand that. So, yeah, that's really all I'm suggesting, is just figuring out what we want to do with this hashtag. Other than that, Vox put out a article today, pretty much saying in it, it was, Confessions of a Former Internet Troll was the thing, and in it, the one time they mentioned Gamergate was to pretty much say that, several weeks ago, there was a quote-unquote Gamergate. The precious name we've given to the harassment of two women in the video game community. Critic Anita Sarkeesian and developer Zoe Quinn. Period. So yeah, that's the arguments that they're using. So really that's we gotta figure this out. We gotta get our stuff together and we've gotta move forwards. Otherwise, we're just going to continue where we are now, which is sort of we're starting to get a little bit more together on things, but I think we need a lot more figuring where we're going to go. So that's about it, actually. I think we covered everything. There'll probably be more tomorrow. Anyways, this has been OathCast. I, of course, am Oath Alliance. You all go ahead and stay strong and game on, and have a great day.